Not at all. Next up, we've got RIOT Platforms, which this is a crypto mining company for those of you that are not aware or familiar with it. Many of you are that have been following for a while know that this is one of my go-to crypto stocks that I like to trade. Also, we are in calls and shares on this following this inverse head and shoulders pattern that we saw forming here that also happened to align with the back test of the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA, which we bounced off of. Crypto was looking bullish. Crypto had multiple bullish catalysts. RIOT is one that they actually had good numbers, and their cost per Bitcoin mined is relatively great. So, RIOT has been popping off and has had this great bullish continuation for months now. We're moving into a supply zone here, so definitely be cautious. The measured move for this inverse head and shoulders pattern puts us in that 1348 resistance range. So, still staying in some of my long positions on this here, but definitely an area you want to be a bit more cautious. To kind of take it a step further, depending on how things go with crypto, as well as the sustained momentum of RIOT, we could see a double bottom setup play out here on the weekly, where you've got your bottom here. In order for this pattern to play out, you would need to see a push above the middle high. So let me mark that real quick so we have it. I'm going to make this a big green thick line so that it's easy for us to reference back to in the future. So that would be the double bottom breakout for this pattern we've got going on here right now. If that happened to play out, then we would want to see the measured move, basically something about like what that actual height is there. So just quickly to measure that, and I'm always conservative with my measurements, I'm going to do it down here. That's $8 and some change, or 123%. So if I look at that and I zoom out here on RIOT, we want the breakout above that key level, right? So we're going to be real conservative, go up here. And let's say if we do it based off the dollar value instead of percent value, I could put it at like 8 point something. Instead, I'm going to move it right here underneath so that this resistance level is my target level. So things to keep an eye on for. On the breakout here with the weekly and on the daily, you want to see a strong bullish close above that level, which happens to be around the 1569 resistance. So let's see what happens in the coming week or two, see if RIOT can sustain that momentum. If so, it's actually got that double bottom pattern. There's an even larger one in play here too. So things keep interesting with RIOT. Not saying we're going to see 2020, 2021 rips, but definitely keep an eye on this one. It's a good candidate for a long, sustained momentum here. Definitely maintain shares.